All right, welcome back. You know, on realcopstoriesvideos.com, we have 355 cop stories. Look them up. They're 7 minutes long to 11, depending on the subject matter. Fun stuff, vice, gross, bathroom stuff, prostitutes. You'll love them. Now, in addition to that, we have over 106 question and answers, okay? And this is an in-depth, longer subject matter, okay? Those are a little longer, but it's more, I hope you like them. And if you want to ask me a question or a comment, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com. Okay, now I'm going to supervision. I'm working a squad. I've got about 28 years on, and we're a 9-person squad. Person meaning I have 2 ladies, 7 guys, but the best group of people I ever worked with. We did almost 2 years. Fantastic. Okay, now here comes the bad part for what is concerning my job. As top step, I had to go to these not community bad, we'll go to that second. Went to these, they called them, I guess I can call them what they call now, but they were called fast track meetings. And what it is, in our city is divided into bureaus, and each bureau has 4 divisions. And we're the South Bureau. We had 4 divisions. And so every month we had a meeting with one of the chiefs, not necessarily the chief, but one of his assistants, to discuss crime. Okay, so they had a round table with 4 captains from each of the divisions, and then behind the captains sat their section heads of their individual crime tables. Like they had, the captain would be sitting there, then behind him you'd have the burglary detective, the top step, robbery, assaults, pretty much robbery, burglary, assaults, on autos, sitting behind him, and then same thing over here. And then of course our narcotic captain had to be there, and he had 4 of us sitting behind him. We had these folders we made up explaining all our stats and what we did for the month, pretty much. Okay, well this started out to try to do crime trends and how to predict crime. Well, first of all, you can't predict crime. Okay, when people tell you on TV, and, you know, oh, they know where the crime trends are. Well, you can, yeah, okay, it's going to, in that area, that 2-mile block, it's going to be crime tomorrow. I mean, that's pretty much, they can't narrow it down. This is crime. This is people, human beings committing crimes. How are you supposed to guess that? And so we can guess certain areas. I can do that right now today. I've been working 11 years. I can tell you exactly where the crime is. Okay, that's not a hard thing to do. But anyway, so we'd sit around, and what happens is the chief, it was his project, so he would ask each, like he'd go to the captain and say, okay, you know, he'd have all their folders in front of him, in front of the chief, from each division. He'd say, what about this spike in burglaries in this one particular location or area? And the captain had to have his top step explain why we have these crime trends. Okay, could it be that criminals are robbing? Okay, really difficult stuff. Okay, so what happens is it turns out to be they're still doing it to this day. So if I don't care, I'll tell the truth. It turned out to be just a BS session. Okay, you had to see how much you could BS the chief, because the chief had no idea what going on anywhere. Okay, the captains are the ones that run their divisions. They know where the crime is. They know where the robberies occur. They know all that stuff. The chiefs don't know anything. They're just up there in that building doing this, but they want to look good for the public, and they want to try to respond to the needs of the community. And I understand all that, but this is crime. This is human beings committing robberies and rapes and murders, and you can't stop it. You can just try to slow it down, okay, by a lot of police presence and work in the community and help them turn in criminals, which they don't do that much, but still, you know, so, but it turns out, okay, I'll give you an example. I was there, I don't know, 2 months, and I knew that the captain, really, I told you, he's a really progressive guy, very sharp. He made commander and then he ultimately retired. Sharp guy. Kind of a pretty boy, kind of a pompous, but he loved narcotics. And so we got along really well because I needed manpower. He wanted me, give me manpower, person power. And then 6 months I trained him, they go back and he'd send him off to detectives, narcotics, or not narcotics, vice. And because we were training these guys, and he loved that. It's a free training session, you know. Didn't have to teach these guys anything because narcotics teaches them everything. Search warrants, informants, and all that good stuff. So we were very tight, but we hadn't really talked about this going to these meetings because I don't work for him, I work for my narcotic captain. So one of these meetings, one of the assistant chiefs is there, and he's going around the table, right? So he goes to this captain, and he's talking about different crime trends. So I'm sitting there, you know, and this chief goes, hey, is the top step here from that division? Which is me. And so I go, because we all move, there's a chair right next to our captain. Whenever that division is being queried, you would move into that chair so our captain could know that wherever division they're talking about, their top step is sitting right here. So I moved up to that chair. So I raised my hand. Right here, chief. Oh, hey, how's it going? You know, doesn't even know me. Okay. He goes, now, I need to know, are you working closely with, he points at this captain that I work with, you know, about this particular crime here on, he holds up a thing, you know, this particular crime right here on this area, you know, you working hard with him on that one? You know, we might be narcotic related. And I look over at him and I go, oh, all the time. We're working all the time. And he looks at the captain. Are you working with so-and-so all the time? Oh, all the time. We compare notes. He comes in there daily. We brief me. And he looks at me. Yeah, oh yeah, all the time. Oh, great. That's the way you want. Oh, here it comes. That's what we want in here. Everybody work together for the solution, for crime trends. That's excellent. Okay, let's go to the next division. I'm going, I just unzipped my fly. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, I lied my butt off. Okay, we weren't talking about this. We're talking about personnel and search warrants, but we don't care specifically about this street has some problems in it. We have hundreds of streets with hundreds of problems. Okay, so I look over at him. He looks at me and he just smiles like the Mona Lisa. We looked at each other. We're right back to looking at the chief like we really care what's going on here. It was really funny. So then at the break. We had a break about every half hour. We were going to the bathroom and stuff, all kinds of people walking around. So he comes over and he goes, hey, he goes, what? He goes, need to talk to you. I thought, uh-oh, this is that captain. He goes, more to the side. He goes, hey, he looks around. He goes, that's pretty good. I go, yeah, that was pretty good. I didn't think captains could lie that much. He goes, oh, we lie all the time. I said, you shouldn't be lying that much either. And now we're already bonded, man. We're looking at each other like, oh, that's hilarious. So we go back and sit down like nothing happened. Oh, yeah, we're nodding like a bunch of, those little, the solar energy little figurines you buy when you put the sun on, they go like this, That's us. The rest of oh, yeah, that was pretty cool. Oh, God, what a bunch of crap. Holy mackerel. Okay. So that was the big, and I went to a lot of those. To me, it was a waste of time only because I have to be on search warrants. Our unit ran search warrants. I told you, we did search warrants every day. So the morning or 4 hours I have to be downtown, we cannot do a search warrant because I can't be there. So our unit shuts down. Well, to go to some stupid meeting, which I could phone it in, I have to be there physically, all dressed up in uniform, okay? They asked me like one question, like, how many guns did you guys seize last month? Really? 14. Okay, now off they go. I dressed up, I don't care about dressing up, but I have to stop my unit. I stopped 9 guys from doing search warrants because I got to sit on this stupid meeting. That's the way we looked at it. Like, this is a waste of time, okay? The other guys, the burger detective, the auto table guys, yeah, they're administrators. They're pretty much, they're not waiting to do search warrants. They're just pushing paper. They can sit there all day long. I got things to do, okay? Anyway, so that was the administrative part of that meeting, okay? Then we get called out. I went and got called. I was there about 2 months to go to a community meeting, okay? Oh, man, okay. I've been to those before. They had it at some high school, conference room, and I had to be in uniform, which is fine because I'm used to being in plain clothes. But I had my uniform because I was told that we have to go to these things. So I couldn't wear a beard. I had to look clean shaven. Okay, fine. So I'm down there with the captain, a couple of captains, and some of their people, and to discuss crime. Okay, so we sit there. Most of the time they were pretty good because most of the time I went to other meetings in the East LA Latino area. Usually you're preaching to the choir. Usually the place is full of pro-police. They just want answers to certain specific problems. Like, there was a shooting over here. Can you address that? Yeah, well, we know this and that. We know who this shooter is. Okay, well, there's, gang over here. Well, we're going to work on that. We have gang. So he's answering questions about specific problems. And usually the audience is pretty pro-police. Okay, pretty much. But the first man I went to was pretty good. They asked a couple of narcotic questions, and I responded by saying that we're doing warrants every day. And, here's our phone number. Call us because they're worried about having a coke house on their block, which I can see where it would be a really pain to have that. Bad enough you have bad neighbors that have loud music and stuff. I'd have a neighbor that's selling coke all day long. I mean, so I'd say, well, we'll respond to it. We may not do it tomorrow, but we will respond to it. And we got a lot of calls from people. That was good. That was a good side because we weren't really involved in patrol and daily problems that these poor people have. We were mostly narcotic officers, But one time I went in there and it was a lot of anti-cop gang members in there, older gang members, like in their 30s, And boy, I tell you, one of them got really bad. They were pointing fingers at the patrol guys, and they were calling us F-bombs, narcs. And I'm sitting there, taking this and taking these words, and you guys did this, and you hit my cousin's house, and this and that, and I'm listening to this, and I lean over to the captain. I go, I'm leaving. He goes, what? I said, I didn't come here to have F-bombs thrown at me. He doesn't want to answer anything. He doesn't want to stay. He's asked a question, the citizen, I want to call him a citizen, the ex-con, and I try to answer it, and then he interrupts me. You're full of this. He's all kinds of swearing going on. There are people all around. There's probably 140 people in there. And he's saying, oh, you're full of F, and then, okay, and I just sit there. Because I don't get paid to yell back at him. I'm not going to do it. My dad always told me, never argue with a moron, because, you're never going to win. He doesn't understand anyway. So I just sit there and take it. And then, so I say, lean over and go, after a couple of these, I go, I'm leaving. What? He goes, I'm not appreciated. He looks at me, he smiles and goes, okay, see you later. Because this captain was not in my chain of command. My other captain was chain of command, but I'm working this area, so I need to come down here and so be by his side. But he knew it was getting pretty bad in here, so I said, okay. So I get up and I walk out. And of course they're yelling at me walking out, where you going, that. And I just smiled at him. See you later. I walked out, got in my car, and took off. And then a couple hours later, I get a call from the captain, and I go, hey, I'm really sorry. He goes, no. We walked out about 5 minutes later. What? I said, they were attacking me and my sergeants. I go, what kind of meeting was this? He goes, I have no idea. We get called to come to these things, and the people that run it are really nice, but you get in there and you get some people that do not like the police, and they don't like any answer you give them. Doesn't matter what answer you give them. They don't like you. They don't care. They're trying to disrupt the meeting. And you've seen on TV with the news recently, especially when Trump's in office, but not even Trump's in office. You've seen it where there's a police shooting or there's a questionable use of force or something, and they have meetings, police commission, to explain what happened. Now we have video, so show the video. And they don't want to see it. They don't want to hear it. They could never dream that the guy that got shot or beat up or whatever by the police was a bad guy. They always show their 7th grade graduation picture, and he was a model kid. Oh, he's going to go to Harvard. It's a crock, okay? 99% of the time, the officer are chasing bad guys, okay? Sure, we have mistakes. We make mistakes. We get the wrong person once in a while, but that's just the nature of the beast, and it's sad, but it's the way it is. So he says, yeah, I didn't want to listen to that either. I got up and left. You did? Yeah, and I felt sorry for the people that ran it, but I left. Then I called him later and said we had to leave because he even used me as an example. He said my narcotic detective left because he was getting F-bombed, and I left afterwards because we were getting F-bombed. We're not here to get F-bombed. We're here to answer your questions. I will answer your questions anytime. If you want to bring your people into my station, we'll have a meeting here, and I'll answer all your questions. But I'm not going to stand there and get berated in front of these people and have these guys sit there they have no end to their discussion. It's just constant hammering the police. They have no solutions. It's all just really bad way to do things. And so I was surprised I left, but I really didn't care because they, and some of the good meetings I would tell them we're doing as many as we can. We're doing, if I had more people, I'd do more warrants, but we have enough here. We're doing one every day. And then some people would actually raise their hands and say, yeah, you did one in my neighborhood. That was great. And they stopped, they left. I said, great. I said, I tell them, you might want to try, if you have another house like that, you can go in, public record, if you have time, find out who owns the house. Usually the guys who are selling don't own the house. And you can find out who owns the house, and you can write them and say, please have your guys stop selling narcotics. Usually they don't even know who the owner is. They just rented a house and they're selling the dope. The owner might not even know that the house is being used for that. I'm not saying that's a solution, but it's one thing you can do. Or call us and we'll go out there. But again, we only have so many. We can't do, we can't do, 100 a month. We don't have that kind of manpower. It's not going to happen. So that was part of the administrative type stuff we had to do. I had to go to. I didn't mind it. I mean, like I said, about 8 out of 10 meetings were very nice, but 20% of them weren't. And so you just kind of sit there and take it. We get paid to be lambasted, and that's the way it goes. It's no big deal. Nobody's gonna like us. We're not firemen. Everybody loves firemen. They bring them turkey dinners on Christmas. They bring them ham. They have all this good stuff for the firemen. They love firemen. Okay. I worked 35 years. I never once ate food given to me on any holiday. Okay. So they don't like police. When the food did come, they don't realize that there's 3 shifts. So there'd be a turkey there at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I worked PM watch. By the time I got there, that thing looked like it'd been in the desert for 6 months. There wasn't an ounce of meat on it. So once in a while, you get nice people that bring in food, but I feel like saying, you shouldn't bring it. If you can't bring enough for all the watches, day, night, and morning on Thanksgiving, then just save your money and don't bring anything, because it doesn't make sense that some can eat and some can't. I know you feel it's in your heart, but most of the time we never got anything. But they don't like policemen. They're not firemen. Okay. Anyway, so that's it for this one, and I'll see you next time. All right. Bye bye.